guys, E2A here, and welcome back to my weekly marquee matchups investment guide. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the best players that you can invest in to make some no-risk profit, hopefully, when the marquee matchups do come out, which is going to be around about Thursday or Friday. EA kind of makes up, I'm not too sure with Team of the Year when it will be, but it's likely to be one of those 2 days. And there are a lot of different investments you can make. A lot of these are going to be silver cards, and that gives you a really good way of making some great profit, because some of these cards are really, really cheap. They're quite rare on the market, and their prices will definitely go up. Also, apologies if I do sound a bit different in this video, and if there are some like weird jump cuts, or if I keep sniffing or anything. I've got a cold, a cough, and a headache, and like a temperature all at the same time, so I'm quite ill right now. So this video is taking quite a few attempts. Hope you guys can understand that, and I should be better in the next couple of days. But without further ado, let's go on into the video. Quick shout out to Marquee Matchups on Twitter. I'll leave a link down below to them and the page, which I get a lot of information for the marquee matchups off. But the first game is going to be Charlton against Millwall. This is quite a big South London derby, and it is in League One, I believe. So we've got first up, obviously, Millwall right here. Now, these ones here, normally they don't have like a silver limit, so you can go with maybe a couple of bronze players. For that, all you want to do really is just put the maximum price to 150. Don't go with tons of bronze players, because they may go with like a silver limit, but just go with a couple of bronze players. I mean, go with maybe just putting some bids on a couple of these cards, the higher rated ones that play for a different nationality as well, if they do go with a certain number of nationalities. So maybe go with some of these more obscure ones. Just go with a couple of bronze cards for like 150 coins or so, and also you do want to get some silver cards. Now the silvers are going for a little bit more right now. They actually go for, if you look at kind of the price they're selling for right now, about 400 or 500 coins, but you can snipe them really, really easily and get them for like 200 coins without any issue really. So I would recommend doing that. But there we go, we've got these two cards right here, and then I'll send this one to the transfer list. So we've got a couple of Millwall cards. You do want to get just a few silvers, but you don't want to get them for like 600 or 700 coins. If you can't get them for like 400 coins or less, just try sniping them. As you see there, 200 coins, first search, and we've got another player to invest in right there. I could sell him on double my coins right now, but since he plays for Millwall, quite obscure, quite rare player on the game. His price, if this game is included, which I do see it being included, because it's not like the biggest game this week, but it is quite a big local derby, and it's a good kind of one to pick up, because these cards are really cheap. You're not going to lose out much if you do pick them up for a cheap price. That's why I said like get them for about 500 coins or less, and if they do get included, this one's going to make you a ton of coins. These cards are going to go up to probably 2,000 or 3,000 coins. Charlton players are slightly more expensive, but these ones you can get on bid for the silvers, or you can again just try and snipe them. You can get plenty by sniping, but there's loads of cards so you can just go and put bids on really, really easily. And also you can obviously go and do the same with the bronze cards and get them all for like 150 coins. And again, there are plenty of bronze cards available that you can put bids on right here. You want to go with the high rated ones that are kind of like over 60 rated if you can, because you may need a certain rating for this team. Next up, we've got Sheffield Wednesday against Huddersfield. Now for this one right here, this is a Yorkshire derby, and also both teams are around the top 6 in the championship, so that's why it is likely to be included. So Huddersfield, you want to go with a few silver cards. If you just look for the cheapest price for Huddersfield silvers, they're really, really cheap, so you can get just all of these guys. So you want to get cards for these silvers under about 400 or 500 coins. You don't want to spend too much. And also for Sheffield Wednesday, you want to do exactly the same. Now, I'm not picking these cards up here because I actually have a full transfer list and I've already picked up a load of them. But there you go. You want to get all these type of cards here very, very easily. Also, you can get a few bronzes, but mainly I would go for some gold and silver cards, because you do also have a few gold cards. If you look for Sheffield Wednesday, there's 3 gold cards you can pick up, so I'd recommend getting any of them for like 500 to 400 coins for them. And there's also Aaron Moy, who's actually on loan from Manchester City, who plays for Huddersfield, and you can get him for like 500 or 400 coins. So he's another decent one to pick up. And you can also just mass bid on any gold cards in the Championship, because this one here is likely to be in the Championship, and there are very often score bidder challenges in the Championship. So as you see here, you can just put like 400 coin bids on a load of these cards here, and you should be good. I mean, some of them you can get for like 350 right now. But yeah, you can get these cards really cheaply, and their prices will go up. Next up, we've got Marseille against Monaco. This is a coastal derby, and also quite kind of high up in the league in France, two of the best teams in France. So here, if you want to go to Ligue 1, you want to go to gold, you want to go to Monaco, and you just want to get some really cheap gold cards for like 500 coins or so. Likely to probably need some different nationalities for this. So yeah, I'd recommend not only going with some French cards, invest in quite a few French players, because if they do go with only French players, or maybe like 8 French players, 7 French players, the French cards will go up a lot in price. But also try and get a lot of different nationalities. I mean, you've got some obscure nationalities here. You've got people like De Sanctis in goal. I think there are about 5 or 6 different players you can get who are really cheap, who play for Monaco right here. for quite cheap and from different nationalities. Also do the same from Marseille. Again, pretty easy. All you need to do is just go to Marseille. Gold cards like 500 coins or so. As you see, there are loads here. You can get them all on bid or on buy now. It's up to you really. But yeah, 450 coins, you're going to be getting a lot of deals here. Or you can just put bids on all of them and it's fine. You're still going to be able to get some decent deals. Also, I'd recommend trying to get some players in kind of central positions rather than wingers. Get a few wingers, but do get a few kind of more central players because they're in every formation. Whereas if they don't go with wingers, then you could end up losing out because their price wouldn't go up as much. So try and get like goalkeepers, centre mids, strikers, anything like that really, and you should be good. We've then got Sydney FC against Western Sydney Wanderers, so a Sydney derby right here in Australia. And yeah, this one here I told you guys about last week. Even if this one's not included, then the next weekend for the next marquee matchups, there could also be potential score bidder challenge there. But as you see here, there's some cheap gold cards. Just get any cheap gold cards you can get from the MLS, so you can just get them on bid. I think there are a couple. There is one who plays for Sydney FC. There's Bobo. This guy right here, he's a good one to pick up. So if you just kind of try and get some of these guys for like 600 or 700 coins, you should be good. But it's the silvers you really want to go with, because if you look for the silver cards, they actually sell for quite a lot. If we go to like 300 coins or so, and you don't want to look for strikers, but if you go to defenders, there are just normally a couple of cards on the market. There are actually quite a few less now, quite a few more I mean than there used to be. I'm not really too sure why, but if you get these cards say for like 200 coins, there we go, this is perfect. If you can get cards like this for about 200 coins, you'll be able to make some great profit because their cards are very, very likely to go up in price, especially if you can get some centre backs and also midfielders. Their prices will go up quite a lot in the future if you can get any of these type of cards there, especially any that do play for the two teams included, so the two Sydney teams. You should be good, but yeah, you can get a lot of cards on bid or on buy now really, really easily. Just spam 150 coin bids on all these guys and you should be good. You should be able to make some nice profit. We've also got Bristol against Cardiff. Now this one here is actually an international derby, and that's because Bristol is Bristol City. There are two teams in Bristol. It's Bristol City are in England and Cardiff City are in Wales. So it's like, even though it's in the English league, it's an international kind of derby, and it's quite a big game, and it's quite a rare game obviously to have two teams playing each other from obviously different countries but in the same league. So yeah, it's something which you don't see that often, and it's something which I think EA are going to add in, because not only is it a derby, these teams are also quite low down in the table right now, so they're both in relegation battles. And yeah, it's kind of a no risk one. I mean, you can get these cards here for like 150 or 200 coins, and even if like these cards here aren't needed, you can still end up using the silver cards. Their price will go up because of the Millwall against Charlton one if that's included, and likewise if that one's not included, then these cards will be as well. So just get a few cheap gold cards, a few cheap silver cards, I mean, from Bristol City. If there are any gold cards you can get really cheaply for any of these leagues, again, do the same. And you do have those championship cards you'll have picked up earlier on, hopefully, for the other games, and you can get them for this game here. But again, you can get some cheap silvers, pretty much the same as the last method. Just get like 300 coin silver players from Cardiff City and you should be good. And also, are there any gold cards? I think there's a couple of gold players. There's that centre back. Yeah, there's this guy here, Okwele Manga, and you can also get Lambert. So there are a few cards you can get from Cardiff as well. So that's a good one to invest in. Get a few cards from Cardiff. Now we've got the outside shots. These ones here, I wouldn't recommend investing too much in, but if you want, you can just kind of have them there as outside shots, and you can put a couple of coins in some investments. So we've got Leeds against Derby. Again, all you want to do there is just get some cheap silvers from either team for like 200 coins or so. And if you just get cheap gold cards from the Championship, you're going to cover a load of games, because we actually have a lot of games in the Championship. We've got Fiorentina against Juventus. Juventus were in there recently, so I don't see that happening. Liverpool against Man United. Loads of people are probably thinking that's massively, like, that's easily going to be it. It's such a huge game, but they've already had this year, and EA normally haven't done that. Like with Chelsea against Tottenham, they'd already done a score bidder challenge on that, and then the second time that happened in the league, they didn't do a score bidder challenge for it. So you can get some cheap Premier League players if you want, but personally I wouldn't really invest in that one because I really don't see it happening, and EA don't seem to include like games which have already been included again, so the second time they played, if that does make sense. Also Torino against Milan, it's not a huge game and the teams aren't that close, but it could potentially be in, as they are two quite big teams in the Serie A. Sassuolo against Cesena it's a small local rivalry, but it's not really a big game. But again, get some cheap cards from there if you want, but I really don't see that one being included. Sevilla against Real Madrid, that's kind of a top of the table game. I think that's third against first, so could definitely be included, but we already have had Sevilla included in the last marquee matchups, and EA don't seem to include the same team in 2 kind of marquee matchups in a row. They may do it though, so you could get some cheap gold cards if you want, but this is kind of the no risk method, and that is quite a risky one to include it, and you're not going to make amazing profit if they do get included. Also, we have got Notts County against Mansfield Town. That is a Nottingham derby, so yeah, it could potentially be included. But we have got a lot of other bigger games, so I don't see that one being included there. And finally, we've got Lorient against Guingamp, and that is in the French league. I think that's in Ligue 1, it might be in Ligue 2. But either way, I don't really see that being included just because we've already got a big French game, Monaco against Marseille, which I definitely do see being included. So my overall kind of predictions, the one I think will most be included, will be Charlton against Millwall, as it's quite a big derby in England. It's quite risky, like you're getting cards maybe 400 coins or so, but you can make some huge profit I think if they do get included. Also, we've got Sheffield Wednesday against Huddersfield, I think that will be included. However, if you do get the cheap gold cards, it doesn't matter if that one's not, because you do have them for Cardiff as well, because Cardiff are in the Championship. Leeds against Derby, if that's included, you also do have those players from the Championship, because Leeds against Derby is one that I definitely could see being included, as they are 2 teams who are quite hard right now in the Championship. Marseille against Monaco, definitely do see that being included. Sydney FC against Western Sydney Wanderers, I do also see that being included, and then potentially Bristol against Cardiff as well. So yeah, those are the best investments you guys can make. Again, just get the cheap silvers from the teams and get goals for very cheap from those leagues. If you do want to see some of my investments, because I didn't pick up many players in the video there, you guys can see, well, I've got a load of players here from all of these teams, got them really cheaply. These are all cards I've sniped, and I've got a ton of players from the Australian League, as they could potentially be included this week, they could be included next week, and they could have been included last week as well. So yeah, these are all my investments I've made. You guys can see I've got an absolute ton of investments to hopefully sell on. I'm covering a lot of different games, so I'm not going to make profit on all of them, but overall I should definitely be making some good profit. So yeah, those are my investments, getting these guys really cheaply, and should be able to make some great profits. So if you guys have enjoyed, apologies if I've not kind of sounded like I normally do, and if I've not kind of been as energetic as normal, but I do feel quite ill right now. I should be good in the next couple of days. Yeah, hope you guys did enjoy it. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. I should have a Team of the Year pack opening out kind of around the weekend. That's when I'm going to be opening a lot of packs with all the Team of the Year packs. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy it. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.